In this episode of Rush Outdoors, we are chasing the elusive sika. Then back to New York for opening day. Then it's member footage with Rush Uncut.
Awesome New York buck. Oh. This is insane. Look at this blood trail. Got a really nice buck. Crazy. He's down. Yes!
Rush Outdoors is brought to you by Runnings, your home farm and outdoor store.
Hey everyone, welcome to Rush Outdoors. I'm Real Tree Pro Stepper Tim Anders. While the food plots are all in, time to do some fishing. We're at our favorite store, Runnings, gonna buy some gear. You can never have too many fishing rods. Well, I'm going back to shopping. Let's join Pro Stepper Joe Pio in Maryland, chasing sika deer.
All right, I'm in Maryland, Eastern Shore, Dorchester County. Let's talk sika deer. Sika deer were introduced here in the early 1900s. They've been here ever since. They live in the thickest, nastiest swamps, out on the salt hay, in the Phragmites, into the yellow pine fingers, into agriculture. They're everywhere down here. Very, very difficult to hunt. Extremely nocturnal, extremely smart. They wise up to the feeders really quick. You're allowed to use corn feeders down here. Everybody does. There's corn everywhere. And these deer are very cautious. I came down about 5 years ago. A friend of mine talked me into coming down, and I heard them bugling out on the salt marsh. I heard them walking through the frag in the water.
About halfway through our sit this morning, we had a lot of bugling and a lot of strange noises that I don't know what the heck it was. I'm assuming it's the sika deer. Cattails are like 8-10 feet tall, and these deer are, 3 feet tall at best.
I didn't see one for a couple of years, actually like 4 years. And I went out with this guide, this landowner, paying a trespass fee for a daily hunt. A couple different avenues to gain access to private property down here. There is a lot of public property, but I jumped in on a lease this past year, hung some stands, good bunch of guys, very smart deer. We killed a few on here. I wasn't able to harvest any. I went out with a local outfitter down here, and he put me on my first sika deer. Now this ground is very low floods, very easy. We're talking, a foot above the Chesapeake Bay and miles from it. It's just flat. There's a lot of clay, so the water lays on top and takes forever to run off. Swampy. But this is where they live. You got to go where they are. So you put up with it. Mosquitoes, you've never seen mosquitoes like this place. All right, let's get out of here. Leaving the house, heading to Maryland on a guided sika hunt. I've got a lease down there also. That's where I'm sleeping on my lease. Back of the truck, I'll show you that when I get down there. Got a cot back there and a heater, sleeping bag, just enough. So we're heading down, sleeping on my lease. We're gonna hunt with a guide for the next 3 days, morning and afternoon. So hopefully this is the trip that I get my my first sika deer. All right, Cambridge, Maryland, here we come. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick tour. Parked in my parking spot. Got a tank of water there with a valve on it. I can wash my hands, wash my face, or throw it up on top of my truck. I have a hose. I can take a shower out here. Get a little potty tent back in the woods with a bottomless 5-gallon bucket and a toilet seat on it. It works. I got a cot here under the plastic. I'll get rid of the plastic. I got a sleeping bag here, a pillow, way to charge my camera batteries and cell phone. Got some organizers here. Got a heater if I need it. Carbon monoxide detector. I got some lights in here. Fire extinguisher. A little urinal in case I got to take a leak in the middle of the night. Got an extended cab Ranger. It's not a big truck. Not a lot of room, but it's just enough. First hunt's tomorrow morning.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Visit St. Lawrence County.
in the sights and sounds of Niagara Falls, USA, an outdoor playground for those of all ages. Discover the majestic Niagara Falls and immerse yourself in history, arts, culture, and adventure. From high-speed jet boats racing through Class 5 rapids, scenic hikes in the Niagara Gorge, or world-class sport fishing in the Niagara River and Lake Ontario, explore more at NiagaraFallsUSA.com or call 1-877-FALLS-US.
Our time spent in the outdoors is building stories. Stories that last long after the hunt. The Maverick XL is part of that story. The lightweight, two-piece design makes the Maverick a leader in portability, but still tough enough to handle any season. True 360-degree viewing means more opportunities to take your shot. Customize it your way or use the Maverick Next Level platform system. Your hunt, your way, your story. That's Maverick Hunting.
The year of the air gun hunter. Umarex Air Guns.
Rush Outdoors is also brought to you by Maverick Hunting, Umarex Air Guns, the New York Sportsman's Expo, Niagara Falls, USA, CVA, Whitewater Fishing Apparel, Scent Lock, Nocturnal Lighted Knox, Muds Boots, Block Targets, IQ Bow Sights, Steel, Quaker Boy, and these fine sponsors.
So my first hunt with this outfitter this year, I had a big stag bugling, working his way down the yellow pine finger, coming towards me, coming towards the feeder, and then he hung up and I wasn't able to even see him. Second morning of my hunt, I hunted a different stand and I could hear bugling. Just nothing coming in, nothing came into the feeder.
All right, sun's coming up. Corn feeder just went off. I got a bale of alfalfa out. I heard a couple bugles this morning before the sun came up. One in this strip of white pines, and then there's frag. Another strip. I heard one out in the frags. So, when that one bugled a little while ago, I called. I got a Quaker Boy cow call. So he bugled, I mewed back. So hopefully he stays in here and comes to this feeder. Last night I hunted until dark. I left. I didn't make it to my truck and they were there at the feeder. So we may be going back there tonight. It's a little colder. Temperature dropped yesterday afternoon, actually like last night.
I grabbed the Quaker Boy call. I got two elk calls, Herdmaster, Hyper Herdmaster, and mewed a couple times, grabbed the other one, mewed a couple times. I wanted to sound like two different hinds on the feeder. Ten minutes later, here he come. The first sika deer I've ever seen. Come in, hung up, coming in cautious to the feeder, looking for the hinds.
So pumped. 5 hunts over 6 years. I even have a lease. That's the first sika deer I've seen on his feet. I've had him calling all around me for years, splashing in the water. I heard, it's about 9 o'clock, I heard a bugle up in front of me. Pulled out the Quaker Boy, call herdmaster. I did a couple little mews. I waited about 15 minutes or so. Did it again with both calls. So it sounded like a couple hinds. And then all of a sudden he comes sneaking up through. I couldn't get video of him. It's real thick. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a laurel bush. And then he finally circled in and came into the feeder. 20-yard shot. A PSC Warhammer. I heard that hollow sound. So we're gonna give him a little bit. I'm gonna text the guide, let him know I just shot. Looked like a decent stag. So hopefully we got one down. Contacted my guide. I waited about an hour for him to show up, and then we went in and did a blood trail. And these things don't leave a blood trail like a whitetail. They have a lot more fat, and their fur or hair is more like a bear or a coarse raccoon, and it just soaks it up and it doesn't spray out like a whitetail. So very sparse blood trail. Ended up finding a sika deer about 100 yards away, piled up. Perfect shot, double lung. All right, just found him. He's a 3-pointer. All right, my first one, shot right behind the shoulder. The ground's so soft, I guess the bolt went through, stuck in the ground. But he stinks. All right, not a bad one for the first one. Barneck Outfitters down here at Cambridge, Maryland. I think 4 years of hunting over 5 years. I skipped a year. And I'm hooked. I come back every year. I want to continue to come back every year. I'm hoping in a couple years to buy some property down here and have my own place.
Hey Joe, congratulations. That was a great stag. You put a lot of work into it and it shows.
For live updates, like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Rush Outdoors is also brought to you by the Black Lake Chamber of Commerce, Caldwell Shooting Supplies, Muzzy broadheads, old man tree stands, Carbon Express arrows, Domain food plots, seed and attractants, Hunter safety systems, Clayton Distillery, Vortex Optics, Flame King, and these fine sponsors.
Okay, up next, field staff for Gordon Wood, right here in New York, opening day of rifle season.
Well, all right, it's regular season here in central New York, and I'm out here with my rifle sitting on my 14 acres looking for a good target buck. As luck would have it, the morning started off pretty fast. Had a fisher come in on me, wasn't even hardly daylight yet. Filmed him running through. He couldn't have been out of sight for any more than a minute or two, and in comes our first set of deer. So this doe comes in, she's walking along, and I hear some noise behind her, hoping it's one of my targets, but come to find out it's just one of the little up-and-comers coming through. So I sat there and I watched them for quite a bit more, and they worked their way off. So here I am, I'm getting ready to do my interview. Then here comes this fisher again, and he comes right to the base of my tree.
Well, hey, good morning. It's opening day here in New York for regular season, and as you just see, I had a visitor, a fisher cat, right below my tree stand. That was pretty cool. Had an awesome encounter already with a nice doe and a buck. Little buck, I wasn't going to shoot him, but my son's sitting just down the way here. I told him, green light on that buck if you want it. It's a beautiful day. It's about 20 degrees out here this morning. And it's just an awesome day to be in the woods. I love it.
Shortly after that, had a few deer come through, a group of 4 doe. They wandered through. Nothing I was interested in. But as the day wore down, the morning started going a lot faster. None of my bucks were in sight. Lots of gunshots around me from the neighbors, so I decided that it was time for me to take the first available deer that walked in front of me. So this doe comes in. She's taking her time, she's working her way up. She gets to within 30 yards of me. I take steady aim and take the shot.
Alright, so I just put a shot on a doe. Just watch my footage back. I shot her a little bit low, so I want to give her some time. I'm going to sit here and just be patient.
Come to find out, made a pretty ethical shot. She went 60 yards and she was done right there. Just out of my sight. I could barely just see her head.
All right, folks, we got a good New York doe down here. Opening day of rifle season here in New York. We couldn't be happier. Put a good shot on her. She didn't go only but about 50 yards. I thought my shot was a little down, but good heart shot. She's gonna feed the family well this year. Got to thank Vortex for giving me a good clean view of this deer. And Scentlock Products, you guys are the best, I'm telling you. Didn't even know I was sitting in that tree. So gonna get her gutted out here, get up to the processors, and have a nice warm cup of coffee, because it's cold. It's 22 degrees out and I'm ready for a cup of coffee.
You know, I love hunting here in New York. My archer season was a little slow, so it was nice to get this doe down on the ground and have a little meat for my freezer.
Hey Gordon, congratulations, way to fill the freezer.
Hey everybody, John Lawrence here with Rush Outdoors. And when I want to know what's going on in the outdoors of New York State, I open up my New York Outdoor News and find out the latest.
Welcome to the Runnings Rundown, brought to you by Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store. Now we're talking optics. Vortex optics, as in scopes. No matter if you're using small game, big game, or punching paper at the gun range, they've got something for everyone's budget. Quality glass that gives crystal clear sight picture, along with tack sharp imagery in the crosshairs to make that shot count. And like I've said many times, the VIP warranty, very important promise. If they can't fix it, they'll replace it, no questions asked. And that's this week's Warnings Rundown.
Are you ready to discover the hidden gem of upstate New York? Welcome to the 100 must-see miles on the Erie Canal, where the possibilities are endless. Lace up your running shoes or hop on your bicycle and enjoy exploring charming towns and picturesque landscapes along the canal's historic towpath. Feel the breeze as you set out on a boat trip or glide through the tranquil canal on a paddling excursion. Come and experience the 100 must-see miles on the Erie Canal, where adventure awaits you.
Homegrown, handcrafted, and delicious spirits are what you'll find at Clayton Distillery. Clayton Distillery is a family-run business that features clean and smooth, locally made products. New this summer, try their garlic vodka, perfect for Bloody Marys. Also try their Heatwave cinnamon whiskey and blueberry liqueur. Clayton Distillery wants to really share their craft with their guests this summer. Introducing production facility tours. Learn more about how their spirits are made, do a tasting, have a moonshine slushie, and leave with a shot glass. See you this summer at Clayton Distillery.
Nestled in the heart of St. Lawrence County, Black Lake is one of New York's most pristine vacation destinations. Join us for a relaxing day on shore or have an exciting day on the water. Black Lake offers fishing for serious anglers and those looking to create lifelong memories with the family. Stay at the lake at one of our many cottages and campgrounds. For more information, go to blacklakeny.com. Rush Uncut is brought to you by Moby Dick Charters of Henderson Harbor, New York.
Hey everybody, welcome to Rush Uncut. I'm Keith, this is Brian. We're on location at Dryden Lawn and Recreation in Dryden, New York. We're filming some Rush Uncut.
Rush Uncut is the member-driven portion of the show where people like you and me can film your hunts and see it right here on TV.
What do we got up first?
We got Rush Uncut member Jason Bartholomew in Kentucky on a rifle hunt.
Ooh, this is a good hunt. Check this out.
Alright, here we are, November 12th, rifle opener here in northern Kentucky. It's been a crazy morning. I seen one huge buck, 2 small 8 points, and a 4 point. So, I haven't really had a chance to do an interview or anything. Hopefully that big buck comes out. He's a big one. I put the binoculars on him. He's a good one. Yeah, I just smoked him. Good buck down, baby. Boom. He's a good buck. We'll go get him in a minute. Whew. Yeah, he's a good one, isn't it? Oh, yeah. That's a beauty. Good buck right there. Look at the brow tine on that. Hit G2. Big buck. Man, what a hunt. I seen like 7 different bucks.
Let's see.
Good buck, good fun. Look at the mass on that thing. Well, Jason had a really good hunt there. I was there at that hunt with him, and that's his first successfully filmed hunt that he had. So congratulations, Jason. That's a heck of a buck.
That was an awesome hunt, Jason.
Congratulations.
Who do we have up next?
We got Rush Uncut member Kate Runk on an Ohio turkey hunt.
Oh, I've seen this. This is a very good hunt. Check this out.
Shaking like a leaf. Today I tagged my first longbeard all by myself. Called it in. He was probably 150 yards out and he was gobbling his head off, and he came in spitting, drumming, gobbling, and looking for my pretty sounding voice. And he got about 5 to 7 yards in front of my blind, and I pulled the trigger and perfect shot, got him right in the head. He didn't suffer. It was quick and painless. Dirt nap straight down.
All right, that was an awesome hunt, Kate. Congratulations on your first self-filmed turkey hunt. Can't wait to see what you got coming up next, man. She did a good job.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Very good.
Hey, if you want to become a member, it's easy. Go to rushoutdoors.com, click on the Uncut logo, and sign up. Or better yet, come down to Ryan's Great New York Sportsman's Expo last weekend in January, meet us in person, and become a member there.
All right, so we want to give big thanks to Fred and Brandon here at Dryden Lawn and Recreation. If you're looking for anything for the lawn and garden needs, stop on down to Dryden Lawn and Recreation, Dryden, New York on Route 13.
They've been a long-time supporter of Rush Uncut. Really appreciate it.
Very good, guys.
Hey, don't forget to rush outdoors with a camera.
Rush Uncut is brought to you by Fire Tower Doubles, Upstream Construction, Dryden Lawn and Recreation, Iron Skillet Seasonings, Woody's Maple Syrup, Prime Cuts Barbershop, JP Builders, Peak Performance Labradors, Wood Boat Brewery, IBEW 43, and IBEW 1249.
Never can have enough, just like fishing rods. Hey, we're all out of time for this week. Thanks for tuning in. From everyone at Rush Outdoors, I'm your host, Tim Andrus. We'll see you in the woods.